Hi. So I am drawing a skull, which I did last week, but last week I said I would like draw an actual skull, like the whole thing on video, and show people how to do it. So you need charcoal, right, which is this. Either this, like this is vine charcoal. You can do it with pencils, but it'll take you forever to fill this page up. You need the pencils for fine stuff after it's done. I don't think I've got this on the right settings. It probably will be, but let's see. We'll double check in a second. Okay, I checked the camera. This is on 8K. That would explain why it's slow when I'm editing on my computer. The computer's okay. It's just, that's probably why. So, anyway, fill this all up and take charcoal, and I'll be back when this is all done because you're not gonna sit here and watch me fill up this whole page with dark charcoal. Okay, so I've covered this whole page. I'm covered in charcoal, which is why the rag comes in handy. Oh, I forgot to mention, you'll see an eraser. Any type of eraser will work. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be putty, it can be, gotta find mine. This is just a basic Staedtler, whatever. It's supposed to be like dust free or something like that. I don't know. I'll clean it. It will get erased, you know. But oh yeah, don't wear anything you really give a shit about because it will end up covered in charcoal. That's why I'm wearing an old hoodie and I don't have any bracelets or anything on or nails because it would just fucking get wrecked. So, got this. I also have a reference photo. I will freaking try my hardest to remember to put the link to the photos from Unsplash. It shouldn't be hard to find. So, there's a photo in front of me. You don't need a photo, but it can help. You know, so do that. But, no, so, take your eraser. Try to get a sort of sharpish side. I should have brought my Tombow, like, white thing, but I didn't, because I was not thinking about it. So, now, you've got the skull in front of you. It's the top part of the skull, whatever the fuck that is, but I can't remember now. Alright, so you take this, and you would draw. This is the like the top, like the middle part of the people, and then the eyes. Yeah, I don't. This is not an angle, so it might not look the best. If you're drawing, it's better to have it at an angle or in front of you, like almost straight, because then you can see better. Because it's like this, it elongates the view, so it makes it a little wonky. But you know, hey, you try to adapt for it. So now, actually, I'm gonna take this freaking paper off because I don't need the paper. It's the pain in the back. Why do they have little marks on it? Anyway, so. We have the brow line. This is way too big for a head, but we'll give him a big head and he can, you know, he's not like water or anything like that. So, then, see, now, this is the thing. This is why charcoal, everywhere. I love charcoal, but it gets freaking everywhere. Now, because I find it easier to draw with, because you can either do this, or you can draw with it traditionally, right? So that would be the top of the eyes, right here, which like can look odd. Then we go the bottom of the eyes. Now, I'm just kind of, there's a method to this. So like if you draw like this is the center of the face. Now faces are not exactly, you know, asymmetrical. They're a little different. So, but for this thing we'll say that's the middle thing and then we'll, you know, adapt from there. So the eyes, you've got the nose, the brow of the nose, and then the nose would be a little bit lower here. When you look at the photo, you kinda judge. Now this is practice. This is not like me saying, okay, you can easily do this. But if you draw basic shapes, like if you look at the Loomis method, some people use that. I don't. Now I tend to look at negative spaces. That's how I was taught to draw personally. Focus on the negative spaces, and then it goes from there. I don't know why I was taught that way. I just was taught that way. Some teachers, stuff like that, and painting things. So that's what I was taught. Don't ask me why. I don't know. It just seemed to work for me. There are different ways to draw, different methods. So it's kind of trying to find the one that works the best for you. So yeah, I can already tell this is gonna look really odd when I look it up at front, but that's okay. So, I wish I could remember all the methods, but I don't. It's like I stick to the one thing that I know, and then you go from there. But, so this is the brow, and I'm just marking this out. Now, the reason I've got more charcoal and stuff, because the pencils I can use to refine the, like, things. This is scientific, Jen. But am I recording this because I'd be really pissed off if I forgot to hit play again. Because the intro I did a few times. Anyway, shut up, Jen. Do this. So we got our nose. Now the nose is like a odd shape. And this nose actually looks like it is a basic nose that you would see. Is it a real skull? Quite possibly. Maybe. It kind of looks like it, but it might not be. So you've got like a kind of like a coffin shape. Yeah, that looks, yeah. Or is that a coffin or a casket? I can't remember. I never remember the two. But yeah, they're different. So, and we're still on that central line here. Now, you can kind of look like an alien head, but that's okay. Like I said, because it's this way, it throws out the alignment. So then we have the gum line, which is below the nose. Now, see, I'm not being, when I'm sketching like this, I'm not doing anything perfect. I'm not, it's a sketch or a study. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be basics there. You learn from the mistakes, you learn more from the mistakes you make than from creating something that's perfect. You know, you really do. So you need to fuck up every once in a while. And then you'll figure out how to fix your mistakes. But if you don't make mistakes, if you're like, oh, it's so perfect and stuff like that, yeah, okay. sometimes you find the good out of it, and then you go from there. It's like people focus on the bad stuff about art. It's like, well, no, look at it. The shape is roughly a shape, or the colors are nice, or, you know. But then, okay, you need help with something, then you ask. Now, this doesn't have the lower jaw on it and stuff like that, so we won't be drawing that. But then we have the gum line, which is drawn straight there, but it's not really straight. It's more curved kind of thing. And then we have teeth. So we'll go with that. Teeth. Yeah. So this is a basic. I don't know. Let's go like this. Can you see the basic shape? It's stuck on a wire. The basic shape. Now you gotta fill this in. So take your eraser again, and you find what photo you're using. Make sure you have a reference photo, because people say, "Oh, it's cheating." It's not cheating. You need a reference photo. Press it first. Draw something, because it's not your head. It's not muscle memory. It's you don't have the skills. Being an artist takes time. Takes skills. Takes work. It's not like, oh hey, poof, I'm an artist and I can make money and stuff like that. Hey, some people might get lucky like that, but not all the time. So anyway, back to this. So highlights on the skull. So you take the highlights and you take your eraser and you just, like I said, you can refine stuff with this or more charcoal. This is why I use charcoal, because for stuff like this, because it's cheap for one, and this is cartridge paper, but you can use whatever freaking paper you've got, really. Newspaper, whatever. It's just because it's gonna get chucked. I'm not gonna throw this. I'm not gonna keep it. It's just for practice. Now, I mean, there's some sketchbooks I have that I threw out that I probably shouldn't have. But hey, you know, live and learn. And eventually, you have to get rid of it, because, you know, you only have so much space. And so yeah, so we got a highlight here, and then we've got a highlight on the brow, so which is a bit much, but we can fix that. And then we have another highlight here by the eye, and then the side of the eye. See what messes up, but that's the thing, it doesn't matter. It's charcoal, you can fix it. It's easy enough. And then there is another highlight here on above the nose, in the middle. This is very rough. It's not like, ooh, it's perfect or anything like that. And then there's another highlight here, and one here. And then middle of the skull is slight, so just kind of do it, but you can fill it, you can fix it with your fingers. Another thing about charcoal, you can fix things. It's easy. You know, charcoal is very forgiving, actually. It's great. You know, stuff like that. I don't use it a lot, don't get me wrong, because it's messy as hell. And that's why I don't paint a lot anymore, because I don't have the energy to paint, clean all that stuff. Miss it. But, yeah, so you've got like this butterfly shape here on like the brow, which I made way too big there, but that's okay. And then the eye, which eye socket, I should say. It's not actually eye, there's no eye in it, but it kind of goes like that, like a elbow. Hey, I keep forgetting it's like almost October. Where the fuck has this year gone? Like, it's like, what have I done this year? I don't freaking know. This year's gone by as fast. It's not been as bad as when, like, you know, Big C was around, but still, it's like, what the hell happened? I don't know where the year went. Did I do anything? Yeah, I think I did. You know, I'm still alive, you know, but I don't remember what I did. And it's kind of like, okay, do something else. But yeah, so rough highlights and like that. And it kind of looks like a skull. And you can kind of see it, sort of. I am not like, you know, hey, edit this. But anyway, so I'm covered in charcoal. I need to wipe that off. And this is a rag. It's just a basic dish towel rag, whatever. And I can wash it. You wash your eraser if you want later, if you don't want it, like, you know, fucked. But anyway, so back to the charcoal. I'll just use this big thick one because this is round. Right, so we have the nose already, sort of, that we drew in, right, which is dark here. Now, the sun is coming from, it looks like it's hitting, like, this way, so it's going this way. It doesn't matter so much with this, but it matters when you fill in the eyes, which we'll do after, we'll do next, because, you know, hey. So, this little line here, and so go like that, and this is curved, and curved, and go up, and this is gonna be a really odd looking skull. But that's okay, like I said, you learn from the mistakes. You know, nothing is ever perfect. Nothing is ever perfect, you know? But yeah, so we go like that, and that's a very rough nose. And then the eye thing, that's really great, and that's gonna teach people if they want, you know? It's like, you don't get views on your videos. I don't care. You know, I do care, don't get me wrong. It's like, it's great when you watch or comment, like, don't get me wrong, I like that. That's not me saying, oh, fuck everybody. No, it's just, I make the videos because, one, hey, you never know, you might help somebody. And I like helping people. I can't actually go and teach because, well, the MS and doctor's appointments and trying to, it's like, got a doctor's appointment today. I've already got it for a certain date. I'm like, I look at the calendar. Crap, I'm gonna have to change that because I already have an appointment that day, so I gotta decide which one is more important. And then go from there. I'm thinking my neurologist, they can reschedule. Because my jaw is kind of important. But I'm just going very quick around this stuff, so. Anyway, back to the skull. So yeah, this was darker place here, which is by the highlight. So, and there's a little bit of darker place here. And there's a darker place here. This is great. So, and then it's actually more up here. So, like that. So then, just go like that. And like that. You're just pretty much filling in like where maybe you put highlights and stuff that you shouldn't have. But like I said, you can find it with the pencils. They're a little bit, different. So which pencil is this? This is a light wash. This is actually wet watercolor, like a white. So don't use that. Well, you could, but I'm going to make this. So this is a charcoal pencil. It's a Derwent charcoal pencil. You probably can see that. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. Probably not. The sun's right there because there's a light right there. Derwent charcoal medium. So take this. If you don't have one, you can just use a Vine piece of charcoal. You can kind of sand them, or even just rub them, and eventually they'll get shaped. But so you just use it to refine the shapes and go. Now this was cut a while ago. I haven't used this stick for quite a while. So if it breaks, it breaks. Then I'll have to go get John, and he'll have to sharpen it for me because knives and me are a bad idea. They really are. It's not even the bleeding disorder, it's the MS. Because if I cut myself 9 times out of 10, I can't feel the fingers. So if I cut myself, and that's like, oh crap. Unless somebody's like, oh, you're bleeding. Oh, crap. How the hell did I get? Anyway, see, that's why I've got a crap hoodie on, because I know for a fact it's gonna get dirty. And, but, so, you can kind of see where I'm going from here. It's gonna take a while, and the camera's gonna probably shut down and overheat in my luck. But then I'll just start again. So, we got this. See, this is about the same value as the big thick piece of speak gem charcoal line that I've got, and we go like that. This could be messy. Now I sketch. I'm not one of those ones like, oh god, you gotta like be perfect. It's a freaking sketch. You don't have to be perfect. Hi, you can open the door. No, that's yeah. Second, I wasn't behind the door, so he didn't bring me. Yeah. So yeah, I am, like I said, this part is like where your cheek would be, kind of. No, this is a better shape actually, but yeah, so I like charcoal, but like I said, and I keep saying messy as hell. But anyway, so go down here. That center line is still there. You can get rid of it if you want. You don't need it. If you don't need it, just get rid of it. Just put some more charcoal there, and it'll be gone. Easy enough. So yeah, but there's a line here from the teeth, like the gum line, and then we have teeth. We go like that and like that. This guy's got all his front teeth at least, but that's all that's there. I don't know if he's got back teeth or anything. So just apparently, yeah, good dentist or good dental care and stuff like that. I don't really know. Brushes often, or it was before sugar was a big thing. Because sugar fucks your teeth up, so
Or maybe he just
yeah, I mean, he could have been a cannibal. Yeah.
Humans are crunching the wild bargain.
Yeah. So that's a very rough skull. Now, I'm covered in charcoal because charcoal is messy, and I keep saying that. I know I do, but what the hell am I leaning on? Okay, so if you do this, you might erase something. That's why you should have it propped up, but it's fine sitting here because I'm not like I said. I know I do have a stand. I've got.
You bought that
yeah.
Over a decade ago?
I have. Yeah, I've used it once or twice, but
the Rebel one, the wood one, got from,
the Derwent one, the.
No, Rebel or something. The wood one. It's in the cover. I think it's lived most of its life.
Yeah, was that the one where they get put on a table?
Yeah.
I should get that out because but for this it works. So, like I said, it's very, very rough, and I'm not doing anything like surprising or anything like that. So, because we need to darken the light stuff without killing, so go back to the charcoal thing you got. Now, I'm gonna have to try not to touch things, which is not gonna happen. But no, it's okay. I've got a rag there. But yeah, so we got this, and I have fucked that up. So this should not be here. See, easy. That's why I said it's not a fuck up. It's just easy enough straight. Yeah, that's why I use charcoal for stuff like this. You're not gonna keep it. It's just to practice, which is the whole point. You're just practicing pretty much shapes, shading, And if you don't end up with a skull in the end, you don't end up with a skull in the end because hey, you tried, and that's really all that matters. You're just practicing. You're not. It's like I find people worry way too much about what things in art look like. Art is a lot about experimentation and fucking up, like I said, and I actually like making. Now I didn't before. I will admit, when I was younger, I fucking hated it. But now I'm like, make all the mistakes I want. Now I'm just like draw whatever the hell I want. I don't know if that's age where it's like I just don't give a fuck. Probably because people.
stop dipping your toes in the pool of life.
Yeah, you might have heard that from him. John's like, stop dipping your toes in the pool of life. So we've got this odd-looking
I
skull.
said it though.
Pardon?
When I did the other part of that autism screener with
Yeah,
the nursery,
yeah.
she actually said it.
Yeah.
I didn't even mention it. She brought it up. I said they got the same thing. I said to her.
Yeah.
It's like you're all forcing it, but then with lots of you're not dipping your toe in.
Because I probably got autism, so more than likely. You know? More than likely. I won't get the results till October. Oh, I was saying, that appointment, October 15th, I have another appointment that day, so I'm gonna have to decide which one's more important, and I'll say which after, I'll say after the screen, so after I'm doing this. But, so yeah, so back to, now we've gone off topic, that's just me going off topic. So, this is a little bit darker, so there's light hitting it, but not a lot. So, we go like this, maybe this is a little darker. Now, inside the eyes, they are dark. Now, see, I like doing, like I said, I always like, speak, Jency. I'm having problems speaking, and I've had my meds. So, because you have a base color and you can move things around, it's sometimes easier to draw shapes, because it's already shaded, you're just reinforcing the shapes that could be there. So, you don't have to worry so much about things looking 100%, or making the initial shade. That's why I like using colored paper for like colored pencils and stuff, because half the problem's right there. You don't have to fill in so much stuff. Or, you know, with markers, sometimes if I'm doing it, I might use colored pencils as base, which also works. Like, if you've got a base for anything, it helps when you're making stuff, whether it's paint, whatever. So, I am. See, I don't know how the light is hitting on this thing. I think it's hitting from like down here. That could be it. This is an odd-looking skull, but that's okay. So go like this. I just have a white charcoal pencil, which I think is sharpened, but if not, it doesn't matter. I'm just reinforcing the lines. So yeah, you just go over the lines that you did make and correct them so that they look better, we'll say, to you, because you're drawing it. And if they don't, then you just keep going. You know, it's pretty much, that's all it is. It's just a lot of trial and error to figure out what isn't working and what's not working. And that's what art is. And people think, oh, it's easy. Yeah, some people are like, you know, I hate this natural born talent. It's not natural born talent. People were telling me that when I was like a kid. I'm like, no, it's because I've been sitting here drawing horses every day for like 6 months.
Focus.
Yeah, it's hyper focus, exactly. You know, it's like how I know like Egypt and all this stuff. It's like, cause you sit down and you're like, oh, let's learn about this, or let's learn about this. I just spent 3 hours learning about what is the name of that freaking sewing machine? Wheeler and Wilson sewing machines. And interesting, don't get me wrong. And then they were bought by like Singer and stuff. It's a hyper focus because you're like, I need to know everything I can find about it.
Well, for me, I thought Jack of all trades, master on. You fall more the autistic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like that, where I have the ADHD, where okay, I know, okay, now my focus is decided, it's enough. It's walked away with its own volition, and no matter what I try, it doesn't care anymore.
And I need to know everything. You know?
And that's the autistic part coming through.
Yes, it is. But that's why I like horses. I can tell that's not the right tack for that arrow. Like, what the hell?
And then
most people would notice.
I'm like, shoot me. Shoot me.
Like, most
I'm
people
losing the will to live here.
Yeah, and I try not to because I know it annoys the fuck out of people. But then that's masking, and then sometimes I'm like, fuck it.
It's annoying the hell at me, but it's just I'm losing. It's like when I've let you go on for 10, 20, 30 minutes. It's like, wait, 30. It's like the tone is developed into
Yeah.
It's like, God, please suck my soul right now. Just
Yeah.
leave my corporeal form here.
Or be like,
I'm just nodding along. Then
have you taken your meds?
About
No.
3 or 4 days later, she might actually notice that, you know.
I'm boring the hell out of people.
No, that I'm dead, you know.
But he said I'd notice if you were dead. Partly because I can't cook. So, see, I've just gone over the lines, and it doesn't make any sense. Like I said before, because it's laid out, and things look really odd. But, so then we have teeth, so we'll put some teeth in here. This is going to be a really rough teeth. Now with art, you can just hint at stuff. You can be realistic, and if I'm drawing certain things as somebody's pet or my animals or whatever, then yeah, okay, I might be realistic and try to get as much detail as possible, or as much character as possible into it. But something like this, you can do whatever the hell you want, really. And I just find people get really stuck up, and it's like, just, yeah.
I think it's stuff though. It's a little pretty thing art teachers teach people, or just hint at, you know.
Oh, genitals.
Yeah, they're fucking. You then demand that everything else is accurate, but then you suddenly want the equivalent of pixelizing it, or let's draw Ken dolls.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
come on. If your model has a like 14-inch walloper, you know, you want to take the
Need
joy
bigger
out,
paper.
You want to take the joy out of it for snickering teenagers.
Oh, that's what happened when the
I
first
want
day.
you to do a close-up study of this, and I want every single detail recorded accurately. If one thing is out of place, you get an F. I guarantee you they will find this no longer a source for amusement.
that's what happened actually the first day of life drawing. We had a male model, I'm not gonna say his name, I know his name, but that the first day of life drawing, and the lecturer was like, please no snickering, we are all adults here, even though most of them, they were like 16, 17, and so he disrobes because he had a robe on, and of course, a lot of the younger 16, 17-year-olds were like snickering at each other and stuff, and like, it's like, Jesus Christ, and then calling the penis, like, I can't remember, like a wang or a dick, it's like, it's a penis, Jesus Christ, people, it's a, you know, but anyway, that's,
teachers and parents for that.
you know, it's like with breasts, they're breasts, like, it's like, what the hell, it's a person, we all have bodies, like, Jesus Christ, people, you know, that's the other thing, it's like, artists, I actually do life drawing class, you're not really so much of a, you've seen one body, I've kind of seen, not all of them, but,
I still hold to the position
yeah,
that if you want to do an art class with life drawing, to take all the fucking snickering out of it, right?
yeah,
I would have it a bit like the military, where you pick on someone, you're the next person you picked on, right?
yeah,
So, make this clear. Anybody who snickers has volunteered themselves to model in the next class.
Yeah.
But make sure that every class is over 18.
yeah,
No, or that... This is where it gets really complicated.
Why?
UK law is a fucking mess.
It's 16,
right?
yeah.
You can have sex at 16,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You can leave home at 16.
yeah,
You can shack up with a 94-year-old
Yeah.
at 16, as long, people say to you, no, as long as they're not your teacher,
Yeah.
police officer, or someone else with
Yeah.
a power authority over you.
Yeah.
You see how mugly fucking stupid this is getting here?
Yeah.
You can't drink alcohol till you're 18. You can't drive till you're 17. You can ride a moped, but you can't ride anything.
well, is that why you put the mopeds for the young people? 'Cause
You can join the fucking army
Yeah.
at 15
Can
in
you?
next month, but you'll not be deployed till... Oh, Jesus fucking
I didn't know it was
Christ.
15 you could,
15 in next month.
really?
Right, and then you can join with parental permission, yada yada. But then it falls at child soldier, so is that any different?
Yeah,
to
exactly.
You know, or
That's so different. What the hell?
Well, no, you're not deployed. That aren't, is, you know, you're
Yeah.
taught basics of soldiering, but you're not taught how to kill things until
Well,
you're
still, but you
18.
could, but,
But it's how ludicrous it is. You can't drink alcohol until
See,
you're 18.
yeah, see, I
You
think
know,
some blend like that,
You,
can kind of
you
get,
can't leave high school now unless you're in
Is it- they changed it?
education, employment, or training.
oh, that's
till you're
right, yeah,
18.
yeah, that's right, they
Oh,
did change
Jesus,
that.
It's just like a clusterfuck.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people on the, I hate the phrase lunatic fringe, but on the extreme fringe,
Yeah,
who not only want to, who have been lobbying for decades to try and raise the age of consent to 21, but some want to push it to 25.
was that
They
because,
ground the whole brain thing to their
Yeah.
stupid argument.
yeah, because people's brains don't
Oh
really stop
god, no,
developing.
but they're trying to use it to justify their moral Puritan
Yeah.
pearl clutching.
So this video turned into a tutorial,
Infantilization of people.
turned into a tutorial and also a kind of a, you know, mini rant. That's okay.
And then you're right, it's just that this is a little shite.
Yeah, so we have a skull, kind of. See how I kind of like hinted at things, you know, pretty much. And so yeah, it's a skull. Now I was gonna make a short out of this, but screw it, I didn't. I'll draw another one. I'll draw something else. But so we got. Oh, just doesn't make sure. What the fuck was that? So we got a basic skull. Now, what you can do if you're not too like messy and stuff like that, you can. If you got a weight, I'm not sure if it'll work on this. We can try. We can try the weight and let's see if it works. If it's sharp. If it's not sharp, well then. Oh, it is. I'm shocked. Another Derwent because I'm in England. So I'm not in England, I'm in Scotland. So will this weight work? Aha, it does. So you can go over and you can reinforce the highlights that you made, kind of. If it'll work. Yeah, it kind of does. You know, you can do this with a dark one too, and my elbow is going to be covered in freaking charcoal. So you can just blend it, and then we have, that's a bit too high, so it goes like that, and there's another dip here, and so yeah, so now I'm kind of like off track, but that's okay. So you got a skull, and that's okay. People know, all videos just turn into rambling messes, and that's pretty much what I am, you know, but, so you've got two people with ADHD, well, and I've got possibly autism too, and in the same house, it gets a little confusing in here sometimes, you know? So, yeah, so you can just go with that. And I think, actually, I'm going to use a really dark one, which is somewhere around here. What is this? That is medium, light. I don't want light. I want a dark one, which I think is this one here. Let's see. Yeah, this is a dark one. So, this is just going to see how I'm trying to touch the paper, because I've got it everywhere. And I just clean my wristband. Damn it. Okay, so, we will try to reinforce. Now, like I said, art is all about just do what you want. That's what art. It's about being creative and doing what you want. And I'm gonna stick my hand. I need a. Where's that piece of charcoal? There it is. Ah, come here. And you know, so it's because this is a little darker here. That's what it was looking. See, you come back and you can see what's working and what's not working, and you correct it. And that's still not working because I need to blend this out. And so, but yeah, I lost my train of thought. I don't even remember what we're fucking talking about. That's okay. So we drew a lot of skulls actually in Life Drawing class, different skulls. I think I mentioned that last time. But I want one for the house, but I don't have space, and not a real one, like a fake one. You can get like fake animal. You can fake anyone, fake anyone. You can get all kinds of different shapes. I could 3D print one actually because there's a museum at Dundee Uni, which I can't remember the name of it. They've got skulls, and online actually they've got some of the skulls you can 3D print yourself if you want, and all kinds of things like animals and I think they even have like Egyptian artifacts, which is great because I love Egypt, and which is good. And I need to get that darker. So I'm just going like that. I might have to just leave lines, which is okay. And then we have this, which is darker, and it goes like that over the brow band, which on this guy is not that big. It could be a woman. I can't tell the difference because there's no pelvis in front of me. If I had a pelvis, maybe could tell if it was female or male, depending on the freaking skull and where it was placed, because there is a difference. And I'm not getting into that now because I'm not a scientist. I'm an artist / literary, whatever, academic. I don't freaking know what you call me. Probably that. Literary academic. That probably sounds about right, And this is what I should have done originally, because art was the kind of like the easy way out, and I shouldn't have done it. I should have went and done science or history like I was gonna, and I didn't. We shouldn't have, but I went and ended up doing an MLit, which is master's, which is great. And I love it. Like I said, I keep mentioning a PhD. I have my idea. I've got it. I need to freaking finish the proposal, which is nowhere near done. And but yeah, so it's about, I don't know. Not even, I've got the question. I just don't have anything else. Which is great. So anyway, back to this. So the shading here. Now I'm just putting marks. You can use marks. You don't have to shade it. You can just use marks to kind of hint at what's going on. Especially with charcoal, you can just kind of hint what's going on. Or anything, you can actually just hint. See, this is the problem. It's hard. This is why I'm not a teacher, because I can't explain what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, because I've been doing this so long, it's almost instinctual. I mean, just do this. I don't even care. Like I said, I don't care if people think it's shit or anything like that, because it's all about making stuff and making art and expressing yourself and stuff like that, and or just, sometimes you just want to draw a pretty picture. This isn't a pretty picture, but you know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to draw a freaking horse or a cute animal. I don't always have to doesn't always have to have a meaning or a reason behind it. Sometimes it does, but not all the time. Sometimes art does, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's just a picture, So it's kind of like, okay, so go like this. Make this a little darker, because this is, I don't know, topics, but see, this is my brain. Let's just talk about one thing and then go to the other. And I expect people to follow this. Now I wonder why my teachers were shaking their heads at me all the time. They had to put me near the chalkboard a lot, because I needed something to do. So I was, a lot of the time, drawing on the chalkboard while I was teaching, or they were teaching. But, or drawing a sketchbook. One or the other, math class only passed me because he was sick of teaching me. And I don't blame him. I really don't. Math and me do not mix. Well, stuff like equations and stuff I can do because there's a path you have to follow. But, like, basic math. I can do basic math. I'm not like that, but anything, believe it. I'm like, just give me a calculator. And the whole universe of a calculator. What's in our pocket at the moment, or sitting in front of me, 2 feet from my freaking head, But, or there's a tablet in front of me. But yeah, so this is kind of like a skull. This needs to be darker. But yeah, you can see, you just keep going and figuring out. See, like I said, I can't train to, this is a crap tutorial, sort of, because I can't do that, because to me, it's so instinctual to do, I just do it. And that's not helpful when you're trying to show somebody something to do.
Why are you saying it's crap?
It doesn't sound crap, it's just like, trying to tell people, or show people, this is how you do it. Well, like I said, instinctual, and I have to stop and think, oh, I need to do this. I need to tell people I'm doing this. And then half the time I forget.
That's the thing, right? See when you write instruction manual, you might do something, right?
Yeah.
Now, the best way to do it is when the person's doing it, you have someone sit beside you, do the other tasks.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
And you say, now if I say, ask you a question, stop, and and there's a reason. I'll ask you to explain what you're doing. Right?
Yeah.
So, there's an instruction manual. Right? Somebody just be training some people
Yeah.
We're a real new system. People complained the last time we done they hated it for ages. They've never
Yeah.
done one. And we said, what new system do you better? Oh no, the old system's better. So we said, okay, well,
Yeah.
we'll gather the requirements, you know, so we'll make sure it's not you blah blah blah.
Right.
And 15 button press. So what are you doing? Well, if I do it this way, the program crashes. Right. So if it didn't crash, you would do it the other way. I suppose, yeah, would that be quicker? Or,
Right.
You know, that, you know, if you ask them something to say, I don't know.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
If you point out, okay, wait, what is this you're doing just now?
With
You
this?
know?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. But I'm almost done it. So,
No.
No.
That, it was just the like
What am I doing right now?
do it.
what am I doing right now?
What you've done, just going speculatively.
Okay.
You know,
I thought you were like, what am I doing?
No. Like, what are you doing at this
Okay,
moment? Okay,
yeah.
can you explain that? Okay,
Yeah.
so what if that was in the front menu? You
Yeah.
use it a lot. Oh yeah, I use this a lot constantly.
Right.
And then you start realizing that people find things they hate about it.
Right.
So you can't think of top 9.
Okay. So, last thing to do, take your eraser again. If it's too dirty, get a different one. Right? So, I'm going to reinforce the highlights that were here because they've kind of gone AWOL. They're kind of here, but kind of not. So, we go... I think the light is coming from here. I'm not really sure because it's an odd light source.
Atomic bomb exposure.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
His badge just said the feature bright. That
Yes.
is dark humor.
What, that one? Yeah.
That is seriously dark humor.
Yes, it is.
True though.
Yeah.
It'll be fucking excused.
We very well could be. But yeah, your eraser's gonna get muddy and stuff, so you just wash it. You can wash them, you can clean. They're erasers. They're nothing but like, you know, precious. You know, if you only have one eraser, that's okay because you can wash it. And I'm trying to get this lighter, but there we go. No, that's not right. So, yeah, like I said, this video's all over the place, and people expect that now from me. If you watch one, you've seen them all. No, not really, but this is not clean. Okay, there we go. Sorry? Oh shit. No, that's not coming clean, but that's okay. We'll go up here. Yeah, I know. Well, no, you can wash them. You know, there we go. Yeah. So you just reinforce the highlights that you had there. Like I said, this one's got. I think the light. I think it's coming from there. Not really sure, but that would make sense why that's like that. And then this is like this. And then if you've got a white charcoal pencil like me, and it's gonna cover that, you can use that too. And I'm trying not to touch anything, but it's really hard. Yeah. So. Yeah, you're gonna do the garage. Okay. Yeah. See, so just putting a highlight there to reinforce the. That's way too high. You can tell even by the angle I'm at. Scratchy, scratchy, scratchy. That's the only thing I don't like about charcoal. Scratchy, 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 and it's kind of like, oh god. No. Or like nails on chalkboard thing.
You're okay with like pastels?
Yeah, pastel's fine. I know people are like, oh, pastels. My charcoal doesn't bug them. It's just, when people figure out about pastels, the feeling and stuff, it's like, okay, I don't quite get that, but hey.
What?
Like, people don't like the feeling of pastels, so they like wear gloves because of that, or don't use it because of that.
I don't like sort of makes the skin feel dry. Dry skin.
Yeah, you got dry skin. Yes, I'm holding this pencil up, but I'm trying to get a really hard mark, you know. It's like,
What do you mean you always have it?
well, not like this, but,
Whatever time I put them on, give me the frickin'
well, I got it. It's right there. I put it, it was making that mark later.
What, this one way?
Yeah.
Hold the paper for a second. What, it's right there.
Yeah,
So then you go in front.
your wrist, yeah, that's right. Your wrist is gonna be covered in charcoal now.
No, it's not. It's not even touching it. Look, see?
Alright. But yeah, so I hold them oddly enough. But we know that.
Like it's gonna escape.
Yeah,
You hold it like something you're about to murder, and
Pretty
you know
much.
that it's trying to escape.
pretty much. But yeah, I mean, you can hold it like this. But I have to hold it like that sometimes when the MS is flaring up, because I can't control it. Which, you know, is not my fault. I can't do it any other way. You know, but no. But I know you get like wrist stuff. And this nose is looking like, actually that looks okay. I was gonna say it looks like shit, but it looks okay. But, and then I'm just reinforcing that bone, which is probably called something. Like I said, I'm not a frickin', yeah, I can't think of the word. I can't think of the word. I'm not a whatever. I'm not a doctor, but we know that because, you know. But, so yeah, I have nothing else to say. I'm just going over and reinforcing any kind of highlights that I think. You know what? You don't have to go in the place in your reference photo. After a while, you just like, that looks okay there, and you just start putting them there, you know. It takes, like I said, it's practice and stuff like that, but, so I will actually put something here, because that goes like that. and then just kind of make it a little lighter. There. Because there's an eye ridge that goes there. See, you just go over and things, and art's not a quick thing. It can take time, and it's not an instant thing as much as people would like it to be. And the people that say that art are lying. They're just pieces of shit. Well, not pieces of shit, but art is not something that you snap your fingers and, oh look, that's a pretty picture and stuff like that. No, it takes a lot of determination and time usually to get things to look the way you want them to look. Like you want them to look. Like I'm saying, it doesn't have to look right for other people. It's how you want them to look. And people forget that. Art is how you perceive things or want things to look. And if things look like what they look like, they look like what they look like. If you draw a horse that doesn't look like a horse to other people, it still looks like a horse to you. That's all that freaking matters, honestly. And I need to redarken this because it's, for me doing that, it's kind of got out of control. But that's okay. So we go like this, redarken things. This is just me doing nothing, and I have nothing. I'm done with it. I've lost my train of thought completely. This is turning into like a complete shit show. Not really. I'm putting it up because I'm gonna try to put videos up on Tuesdays because it seems to be an okay day. I can film on the weekend and then edit at like Monday or whatever, unless something's on, and then go from there, which seems to work actually. And there's more. Yeah, the lights are jumping from the upper right. It has to, because there's no way this part would be in shadow if it wasn't. And it goes like that, and then it goes a little darker there, and like that, and it's just like I said, I can't explain why I do the things I do, so I don't think I'm gonna be a tutorial. I'll show people like drawing and stuff, like basic colored pencils I could probably do, but you know, like, but stuff like this, it'd be like, you just do it? I don't know how to do things. No, I do, but so I'm just redarkening things, and I'm gonna have to move soon because John's dinner's almost done, and I'm gonna have to clean the table, which is easy enough to do because it's just charcoal, you know. But yeah, so, and then I need actually to make this darker because it's now lighter than it should be because I did that. I put the little white in, which is fine because now it kind of works, you know. And like that, and like that. Yeah, oh shit. And like that, and like that, and it keeps going around and around and around. That's pretty much what it is. Now, I probably should have a mic on, so I don't even know if you can hear any of this. I could be talking to my freaking self for all you know. Which is great. I did that once. I was like, oh crap, I turned the sound off. But, that's okay. I can talk to myself, and people think I'm probably crazy already anyway, you know? But, so, go like that, and that's kind of done. And I think I'm done with that, because there's not much else I can do with it. Actually, that turned out okay, actually. I'm actually shocked that turned out okay. Now, if you want to keep this as preserved as possible, get some cheap hairspray, and spray it. If you don't have any fixative, just spray it with cheap hairspray. You don't have anything fancy, and then put another piece of paper on top of it to protect it. Once the hair dry, I had to put charcoal on my forehead. Once the hairspray is dry, then you can put other paper on it so it doesn't smudge so much. Or another paper comes off. There isn't any other paper that comes up and smudges it again because you don't want that if you like the way it looks. Actually, I don't mind that. I'll take a photo of it like when it's up and stuff like that. Now, don't blow on it because you get dust everywhere. And this is So I'm gonna go and. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Maybe, I don't know. I'll do something. So I'm gonna edit this, and then I will do something else. I don't know. It's like, I don't know what time it is. It's like 7:45. Who knows? Maybe we'll play Diablo. Maybe I'll draw something. Maybe I don't know. But I'm gonna try to do some shorts. So maybe I should be doing that. I should be drawing shorts. Actually, I should be doing Birdtober. I need to get ready for Birdtober. I need to start doing that tomorrow, or I'm completely screwed. If I don't start now, I'm gonna be fucked the whole rest of the month. I don't get anything done. Okay, so I'll be back for that. And some shorts, probably figure drawing dogs, who knows. But little shorts. And, so yeah. Okay, bye.